Good evening. Welcome to round 18 of Speed Force Racing's debut season. We're at Mexico. Tricky track for some, quite a quick lap as well. Looking probably for the quali lap. Hopefully, maybe 1:14s. That would be quite achievable for the faster guys on the grid. We'll go through the homework, which is usual. Points table. We'll give you a little update on that. Any seconds. Just trying to get all the facts ready to pass on to you guys. So hopefully we get a dry race. I don't think there's many wet races around Mexico, so you never know with us. We've had quite a lot of wet races, so it's possible we probably will have it, knowing our luck. Tonight, unfortunately not joined by John. John is currently busy helping a family member, so you're going to have to listen to my drivel for a little bit. I'm sorry about that. We're just going to wait one more minute and then we'll set off. So we've got 16 drivers on the grid tonight. A couple of drivers could not make tonight, but it should be decent. Bit of action, I think, on track, both in quali and the race, which should be brilliant. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no commentator's curse there. I don't think the drivers would appreciate me putting a commentator's curse on them and then they have a terrible race. I would not be happy with myself. So just get the link sorted on our Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/Speedforce Racing PS4. The stream is live, of course, as you're joining us. We hope you enjoy your evening with us. We've got some exciting changes coming as well for next season. They will be announced tomorrow. It's going to be quite brilliant news, actually. I think a lot of drivers will be appreciative of it. We're going to go to spectate, so that should be the cue for all the drivers to hit the go to track, and there we go. Brilliant. The drivers are playing ball, which is great. So qualifying is quite tricky because if you get pole position, it's such an enormous run down to turn one that so many drivers are going to slipstream. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what drivers will do, if they're going to maybe try and qualify second, third or fourth, because realistically maybe the top 5 cars behind pole position will probably get a nice toe down that straight and could be challenging into turns 2 and 3. So that's quite an interesting one. DRS does seem to be quite handy around this track. Some tracks it's nulled, it's not really helpful. This track it seems to be okay. Tile deck is quite high though. Got the tyres we're using are the Ultra Softs, Super Softs and the Softs. So Ultras, as you should know, are purple. Super Softs are red, Softs are the yellow mark tyres, and of course you've got your Inters and 4 extreme wet tyres for wet weather if we need them. So track is just over 2.6 miles long, 17 turns. You've got a fantastic stadium section which is popular with many F1 fans around the world, so a lot to enjoy from the race. I expect there to be plenty of action. We come back in 2015 for this, a little bit revised the circuit was. It's quite tricky, especially the S's. If you get them wrong, you kind of messed up for the end of Sector 2 going into Sector 3. I'd say Sector 3 is probably the most trickiest with the slow corners in the stadium section, so a lot of time can be lost and gained there. So I'd say aero setup is quite important here. You got obviously the long straight on the start-finish straight, so that's tricky to try and get your aero right for that, but also to get a nice aero setup for the slower corners as well. So we will just sort all this out. So we will go through and look at the points table. So Techno Thriller, he couldn't race last week, he is racing today. He's got a championship drivers total of 212 points. Ramovaj, he's on 186 points, with Humbug on 180 points, Lionel on 168 points, and Fletcher Boy is on 145 points. Constructors, a little bit more interesting. We could get Constructors winners tonight if Williams score a decent amount of points. So we'll see what happens that, but we'll just give a quick rundown. So Williams are on 303 points, with Haas 257, Toro Rosso 238, Sauber 169, and Force India 152. So, gonna go on board with Ramovac. We'll have a little ride on board with him. He's got a lot of work to do, considering he missed most of the middle part of the season. That's because he was taking on another challenge. But he's come back and he's doing great. Last week Fletcher Boyd done a great job winning the race after extreme difficulty for Ramovac with pit strategy, etc. So we're going to have a dry quali and dry race. Thank you to my trusty weatherman, Lee Nell. So if they score 25 points or more in the Constructors, Williams will actually win the title tonight, which will be probably well deserved because they've done really well. We're talking about pit strategy. Now, sometimes the e-racing engine will say 3 stops, 2 stops, or 1 stop. We're looking maybe 2 to 3 stops for this race. You have to be seriously brave to try the 1 stop. I tried that yesterday in a practice race with some of the guys. It wasn't pleasant, and you have to extend the tyres so much. It's just not a pleasant race. See Ramovac trying to build himself up a bit of a gap there if there's any cars in front of him. I think he's the only car on track. Well, currently no one in front of him. He's got cars behind him. So we'll see what he can do. We're looking maybe around the 1 minute 14, 1 minute 15s lap times. So we'll see that. See what Ramovac can do, because a lot of drivers do sandbag in practice because they don't want to give out the true pace. So it's today where we usually see their full commitment. So yeah, it could be quite an interesting little battle. With Fletcher Boy. Fletcher Boy's done a great. I don't know what's happened with him, but this is you're talking about a driver that's actually learned and probably got his game sorted throughout the season. He was quick, don't get me wrong, start of the season, but he's turned into a more complete racer coming the end of the season. So that's really positive considering going into season 2. That should be really good, as Noah has retired. We'll just go check. Looks like it's a crash, a heavy crash at that. Humbug setting a lap time of 117.681. Blood and Sand is currently provisionally second, 3 tenths a second behind. There we go, Techno Thriller, championship leader, setting a 116.6 on the Ultra Soft, so maybe the track conditions are not right there for the higher times of lower times, should I say, of 1 minute 14s, 13s. So we'll see what happens regarding that. Ramovac setting lap time 1 second slower, but he is on the medium compounds of the Super Soft. Humbug, great lap actually, currently provisionally second on the soft tyres, 1 second away as well. Blood and Sand on the Ultras, and Lord JB also on the Ultras, 4th and 5th. TGR is currently provisionally 6th with the soft tyres. Aspheric is 8th at the moment provisionally. So we will go and see. It's interesting Fletcher Boy's not come out of the pits yet. Maybe that's just due to traffic. We will see. Gave me things in the Ferrari coming round the stadium section now. This is his time lap on the super soft tyres. So it's quite interesting to see what drivers actually choosing strategy wise, what they're going to start their race on. Me, I would go on the super soft tyres at 1 minute 18.6 there from Gamey Things. Puts him in provisional 8th position. We are waiting for the Williams boys, the Lee Nell, Fletcher Boy to come out, and also the Mercedes of Chopper. Chopper had quite an interesting practice yesterday, doing quite well. I think he just had to fine tune his setup a little bit. There we go, guys. It's Mudkip. Oh, I think he got a little bit compromised there with the Haas car there, so it's a bit of a shame, but hopefully he's got enough left in him to maybe go for another lap, or he could pit and just abort this one. He's going to carry on. I think it's just important for him to set a time, and that time is a 120.438. So we'll go and check, and pits are still Lee Nell, Fletcher Boy and Chopper. No run completed yet. Smelly Badger is teammate of guys, it's Mudkip, currently provisionally 10th. S Graham in the Mercedes is provisionally 9th. Gaming Things 8th. T Janis is 7th. Lord JB 6th. Blood and Sand 5th. We'll stay on board with Blood and Sand. Let's see what he's doing. It should be an in-lap for him. He's set quite a decent time at the moment. There's 6 minutes left of the session, so he's got he's got quite a good chance of maybe getting in, and he could actually have, if he pits now, he could have two cracks at a decent lap time, but that is eating into your tyres as well. I'm going to go on board with Tekno. He's on the ultra soft tyres, so looks like he probably will be going for a free stop strategy. It can all change in the race though, which is an interesting one. Let's see what he's going to do. He is actually pitting. So Blood and Sand is in the Ferrari. He's had a great season. Yeah, it may not be always highs, but he's a solid driver, which is brilliant for us because that's what we want to track. We want to track the drivers that are really, really solid. That you don't have to be super quick. Of course, it helps race wins, but as long as you're putting in decent performances, you've got great race awareness and also race etiquette. It's also a brilliant advantage to have. Still waiting for Fletcher Boy, Chopper, and Lee Nell to come out. So that is quite interesting. Looks like they may be going just for one run. Lee Nell probably won't be in the top 6 if he's going to do it on the soft tyres, which he's actually currently got fitted on at the moment. So everyone is in the pits bar, guys. It's Mudkip and Blood and Sand, as Lord JB is going to come out on his outlap. So quite interesting. We'll see what Fletcher Boy, Lee Nell and Chopper will do. It could be just the one run, I think. Maybe they could fuel the car extra lap longer, but then it starts eating into the tyres, and tyre deck is extremely high around here. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a race of probably pit strategy that's going to decide a lot of things. Just simply because, you know, like I said, one stop is very, very hard, but tyre deck is crazy, and it's sometimes it borders on the line of impossible to try and do it. So Humbug and Uzi also out on their laptops, as is, outlap, sorry, not laptops, weird. Smelly Badger is also on his outlap too. So Chopper is the first out of the 3 that didn't set a fast lap so far. He's the one coming out. He's on his outlap. He's on the super soft tyres, so the medium compound. So it looks like quite a mixed spread there of drivers choosing what tyres they're going to qualify on. So looks like super soft probably the best bet to try and qualify on. Like I said at the start, if you do get pole position, you're going to be so wary going down that long straight. It's such a long run to turn 1, and you've got cars that are behind you slipstreaming you. It's just such a huge advantage for those guys. So it's not too punishing, which is a little bit sad for the pole position, because you do a great lap time to get that recognition for being a pole driver, but it could cost you in ways that you don't want to. So Technothriller's got to watch out about that as well, because he is of course the championship leader with 212 points, but you've got Ramovage breathing right down his neck. A little bit of lag there with Lord JB. It looks like he could be having trouble with his hamster running that internet. It's no fault of his own. No, he can't help that, but he can try and get a decent lap time put together. We're going to go on board with Ramovage. He's actually starting his his second attempt at it. Currently 4th on the ultra softs at the moment now. I know he didn't set his lap on the ultra softs before, so he obviously knows that the track conditions are favouring the ultra soft tyres. Lee Nell and Fletcher Boy are actually out now on their laps as Ramovage gets past them. There's the Williams guys. Are they going to try and attempt maybe some slipstreaming help for each other? I don't know. It's about the team performance tonight. They need to wrap this Constructors title up, and they've got a good chance there. Let's just see what their qualifying lap will be like. We'll stay on board with Fletcher Boy, because after an amazing race last week, I think he could be a driver that will surprise maybe either Ramovage or Noak. Noak is out. He crashed heavily. He's currently provisionally 13th. I expect him to go to the back of the grid, just because Chopper, Fletcher Boy and Lee Nell are very quick drivers. Looks like Fletcher Boy is allowing Lee Nell to go through. Nice teamwork there. Yeah, brilliant. So that will give Fletcher Boy, he's going to try and buy himself a bit of space now. It's important to have a bit of space, because turbulent air off the F1 car, it just does no favours. Look at that, 1 minute 16.027 for Ramovage. What a lap time there. Looks like Uzi has come into some trouble. He's had a little bit of a crash there, but he's currently provisionally 3rd, which is good for him. So Fletcher Boy is on super soft tyres. He's allowed Lee Nell through, who's on the soft tyres. So it looks like Lee Nell may be going for that one-stop strategy. It is very tough to get that right, but we'll see what he can do in the race. DRS wide open now. This is the magnificent long straight. going into turn 1. Quite a bit of heavy braking going on into turn 1, as you expect. A little tricky corner going into turn 2, 3 and 4. Got to make sure you get enough traction to give yourself that decent little boost before the second DRS activation point. Yellow flags galore around the track. Sector 3, Sector 1, they seem to have been cleared up. Let's see what Fletcher Boy can do. He's got some good pace about him. He's been showing that all week, to be fair, in practice. So that's positive, and he's got decent race pace. Look at that, Techno Thriller. Wow, a 1 minute 16.015. What a lap from him. So that's 100th of a second quicker than Ramovaj. He's pulling it out of the bag tonight. He knows Ramovaj is after his driver's championship lead. So Techno Thriller doing all he can, and I think that is a brilliant job by him there. Going to wait for Lee Nell to go through. He's currently in front of Fletcher Boy. He's just going into the last corner now. So we'll just check on Lee Nell's time. Here we go. Out the last corner. DRS will not be activated yet. He goes through and he gets 8th position. Fletcher Boy at 3rd position on super soft tyres. What a brilliant lap by him. Brilliant job. So Ramovaj has retired. Lee Nell retired. Techno Thriller. So it's up to either Humbug. Fletcher Boy, if he's got enough fuel left in him, he's not. He's going to be pulling off to retire. So Humbug, is he going for a second lap? He's not. He's going to be coming in for an in lap, just because he's over 2 seconds slower than his previous lap. So quite an interesting qualifying. Let's see if Ramovaj and Fletcher Boy can actually get past Techno Thriller. Uzi is racing. He's had an injury this week, and he's racing, and he's actually provisionally 4th, which is brilliant for him. So it just shows you an injury can't keep a good driver down. Just waiting for the session to finish. There's 2 minutes 30 seconds it's actually giving you to get your car around the track, and hopefully Smelly Badger, he's got a chance maybe getting provisionally in the top 10. He's a couple of attempts off the time, but he's a very quick driver. So here we go. He's leaving the stadium section now, come around, and he's pitting. So I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So we will wait for this session to end to load up the next screen, and then I will give you your starting grid for round 18 of Speed Force Racing's debut season. Like I say, tomorrow, exciting news coming out on our Facebook page, which also will be on our Instagram page as well, www.instagram.com/SpeedForceRacingPS4, www.facebook.com/SpeedForceRacingPS4 for all the latest details. So Techno Thriller 1 minute 16.015, pole position for that driver. Ramovaj 2nd, 3rd Fletcher Boy 4th, Uzi 5th, Humbug, Lord JB's in 6th, great job. Chopper 7th, 8th, Blood and Sand 9th, TJ on his 10th, Lee Nell, Smelly Badger 11th, Gamey Things 12th, S-Graham 13th, 14th, it's guys, it's Mudkip 15th, it's I guess, because I can't remember, and 16th will be another guess, so we'll see. I think 16th is actually Noak. Unfortunate qualifying crash for him. That is quite interesting for him, actually, because he's usually quite solid in quali and the race, so it's a lot for him to do. So we're going to wait for drivers just to select ready. We of course do formation laps in our league. It's quite interesting, maybe not on a dry track like this, but if you've had a wet quali going into a dry race, or a dry quali going into a race, it's always good to get that little taste of what you expect at your faster corners with the heavy braking, whether there's going to be much grip, whether you need to adjust your wing a little bit, anything like that. It all comes into your mind, so you've got a lot to think about. So we are at the famous, let's see if we can say this right, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. There we go. That is the most intelligent I'll probably sound in probably a few years, so we'll see what's going to happen. So yeah, Noak is last, 15th is Aspheric. So here we go, on board with championship leader and pole position sitter Techno Thriller, but I think Ramovaj has got his Fletcher Boy is going to get a nice little run going into turn 1 at the start. So interval, we will have their tyres enabled. There we go, guys. So you get some more data sent to you through the stream. You get to see what the speed is, revs are, etc, etc. We do not go into great detail where it tells you what engine mode it is. I think that is no benefit to anyone. Blood and Sound qualified from the session. I know a lot of drivers don't attempt to do the formation lap. It would be appreciated if they do, but that's not for here or now. That could be discussed further along. So like I say, it's probably a 2 to 3 stopper. maybe the guys that are starting on the soft tyres may be trying to go for the one stop, which could play them in later in the race, but it's a hard task to get them tyres to the end. So you got the ultras, which are the purple marked tyres, super softs are the reds, and yellows are the soft tyres. You won't need the inters or the wets because it's going to be a dry race. So it's going to be quite an interesting start. So Technofiller coming around the final corner. This is where he will have quite a bit of a wait now for the other cars to catch up. Does not affect tyre temps, etc., like it would in real F1, where some of the drivers get quite annoyed for waiting for the tail to catch up and line up on the grid. So we're going to await all the drivers to line up. Look at that, very pretty cars. Like hopefully we'll get some more pretty cars for the when the teams release their new images of their 2018 challengers. So that's quite a lot to look forward to. A few cars already been shown to the fans via media of the current F1 cars that are challenged for the championships, hopefully. So we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Long hold, there we go, lights out, here we go. We're going to go on board with actually Ramovaj, because I've got a feeling he's going to get a nice slipstream. Look at all the cars trying to get that slipstream. The Fletcher boy is trying to have a little run on Ramovaj. Ramovaj goes wide, he gets in front of the McLaren Hondas. He gets pushed, he's going to try and line up for the inside of turn 1. Look at McLaren Honda trying to have a little cheeky look. Ooh, it gets close between Fletcher boy and Ramovaj. Ramovaj is going to get spun. Oh no, that is dreadful for him. What a bad instant to have. That is promoted to Fletcher boy in 2 seconds. So Fletcher boy is trying to have a little run on Technofiller. So the run up to turn 1 wasn't such a big deal. I thought drivers probably get a bit of an advantage, but Ramovaj, that is going to absolutely probably infuriate him a little bit. He's a cool, calm, collected guy, but he's got a lot on the line, so that'll be an interesting one. See how he alters his race strategy. So we're going to go on board with TJ Honest, Toro Rosso driver. He's in 8th position. He's got Noak behind him. Noak, a very quick driver. Noak's made a brilliant gains, starting from 16th position all the way up to 9th at the moment. Always there's cars going wide there. That will be a penalty if he doesn't let the car past him. You can't pass like that, as everyone knows. So S Graham is 4 tenths of a second behind TJ Honest with Aspheric. They're all very close to each other. Aspheric 6 tenths of a second. Ramovaj is 7 tenths of a second behind Aspheric. So Ramovaj has got a recovery drive to do, and he's pitting. And the Williams of Lee now is also pitting. That is an interesting move. It's on the soft tyre, so I wonder what that is about. That's very early. Very early. 5 second speeding penalty. It's a stop-go penalty for Smelly Badger there. It's quite a hard pit lane to enter and get the speed down. We're going to go on board with Aspheric in the Haas. He's a reserve driver for us today. He is trying to chase down S Graham in the Mercedes. Just under 8 tenths of a second between them. Up front is Technofiller. He's got a 1 second lead over Fletcher Boy. Fletcher Boy on different hard compound, so it's still possible for him to decide if he wants to go on a one stop. But we'll see. We'll see what track temps will be like and how that's going to affect tyre degs, etc. So Ramovaj has pitted for the softs, and looks like me now has stayed on the soft compound. So he's definitely got a next spot, another spot to do, stop to do. Sorry, because he has to use a different compound. So Aspheric is still trying to keep close to S Graham. Noak's dropped S Graham by 2.3 seconds. So Noak's on the back of the Ferrari driver, Blood and Sand 15th. There's just under a second between it. No DRS. Oh, actually, yes, we're on lap 3, so there will be DRS coming for these guys going down the start finish. Nope, it'll probably be actually the second little. No, ignore me. I'm chatting rubbish. There we go. Noak is pitting. Weird. Why so many people are pitting? He's got a 5 second stop go penalty, so it's not getting any easier for him. Blood and Sand is right behind Gamey Things, Blood and Sand teammates. Let's see what happens. Are they going to play nice? Oh, that's a bit tight there. Gamey Things not really giving him much room, and having a little bit of a contact, maybe just slightly. It looks like a bit of lag there. Someone's lagging a little bit. So Noak is in the pits. Lee now is in the pits again. That is odd, to say the least. Fletcher Boy is getting dropped a little bit further, a few tenths now on top of what he was already in deficit to Technofiller, 1.3 seconds. So Fletcher Boy has got to kind of control his race a little bit. He doesn't want to go too punchy and take too much performance out of the tyres, because he doesn't want to pit around the same time as Tekno on the Ultra Softs, because it just knows the advantage. But you can see Fletcher Boy is not losing too much time behind Techno Thriller, even though he's on a slightly harder compound than him. So that's positive signs. That it just shows you Fletcher Boy's race pace is doing brilliantly. Going to go on board with Noak. Let's see what this driver is doing. He's had an early pit, and he's behind TJ Honest. TJ Honest is a great little defensive driver, but also a great attacking driver. He's kind of dropped off a little bit during the season with performance-wise. Very strong early on in the season, so maybe just a bit of fatigue getting into him. Maybe it could be not enough practice. It's a lot to deal with. It's a long season. Yeah, I know these guys are not physically doing it, but some guys use wheels, etc., and there's a lot of physicality to get through a race like this. So, you know, it's quite interesting to see how guys do. So Gaming Things is over a second behind Blood and Sand. Blood and Sand's having a little look at, guys, it's Mudkip in the Sauber. What's the Ferrari driver going to do? He's going to have a little look and see what he can do. Gaming Things is also looking on at his teammate, seeing if his teammate can get past that Sauber, and Gaming Things may try it himself. Quite a few battles going up and down the field with TJ Honest 4 tenths of a second behind 12th place Noak. Let's see, through the S's, it's hard to follow here. You're getting turbulent air, as you see. Blood and Sand going a touch wide. Oh, a bit of a corner cut there. Well, I say a bit. Huge corner cut there by Blood and Sand. That will be the turbulent air hitting his car from that Sauber. These cars are not really great at dealing with that turbulent air. Hopefully that will be sorted for the F1 2018 season. That will be left to the imagination and hopes that that will be addressed. Oh, he's clipped the wall. He's got no damage. That is lucky. That was a lot of understeer there for Blood and Sand. I think Gaming Things may have a little run on his teammate. Let's see. But also Blood and Sand is still having a good run on guys. Oh, what that was! Wow, wow, that was a terrible move by guys. It's Mudkip. That is a terrible move. Unbelievable move there. That is not the driving we want to see. I'm sure that will be addressed by the stewards. Noak getting a 1 minute 19.129 fastest current lap of the race. That will be beaten, and of course when cars get lighter. Yeah, that Blood and Sand incident was not great. Not great at all. So Ramavaj is currently in 12th position. He's on the soft tyres. He can't go for the whole race on that one stop. That would be torture even for him, but he needs to get some decent points. There's only 2 more races after this, so it could be that Techno Thriller is doing a great job. I didn't catch that. I apologise to you guys. 2.7 seconds for Techno Thriller. He's losing by Fletcher Boy, changing the lead, and I didn't pick that up, so I do apologise, guys. But as you can see, there was a big accident with guys. It's Mudkip and also the Ferrari. Techno Thriller is pitting, so lap 6, a little bit earlier than expected for most guys. As you see, Uzi is on the Ultra Softs and he's still continuing. He's 5.6 seconds behind Fletcher Boy. Humbug now into 3rd position on the Super Soft tyres, so that's a strong pace. I expect these guys to maybe go to lap 11, 12, maybe on the Super Soft tyres. Guys, it's Mudkip. He's currently 4th, but a big cloud hanging over his name, I think. He's going against another teammate of Blood and Sand after he just had an incident with him, so he's got the other Ferrari. So what can the Ferrari driver do? No, setting another fast lap time, 1 minute 19.11. It's going to go be all over the back of guys. Oh, look at that, guys! It's Mudkip, a late defensive move, just about inside the rules. Bit of a high on the corner there, a little bit of lag going on, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't impede the drivers too much or also affect the product that you're getting on your end. Humbug getting past Uzi. Uzi and McLaren Honda, all cars are unequal. If they weren't, Uzi would probably be at the back. That's how bad McLaren Honda was last season. McLaren Renault this year coming. That should be quite interesting. Fletcher Boy got a nice gap on Humbug actually. Fletcher Boy doing all he can actually to extend his lead, try and be a bit more comfortable. Ramvaj still in 12th place, but he's 1.4 seconds behind TJ Honest. So he's still got a lot of racing ahead of him. So he could still get in there. So we're going to go back on board with guys. It's Mudkip coming around the last corner with Gaming Things on the soft tyres. So Gaming Things actually doing quite well. It's on the slowest compound of the dry tyres, and he's matching or actually beating guys. It's Mudkip. So guys, it's Mudkip goes for his defensive line, trying to go for the inside of the corner, which is probably the best option to do. So Gaming Things will try and keep it nice and controlled, try and see if we can get on the inside of the corner. He can't there, so we can't do no switchbacks manoeuvre, so he's going to try and have a little run down. He's got DRS again, one activation point for both DRS zones. Not much of a benefit down that little short straight. It's the longer straight that's probably more effective with DRS. 5 tenths of a second splitting these two. So guys, it's Mudkip. Let's see what he can do. He's on the ultra soft tyres. They must be starting to drop off performance, as of course Techno Thriller pitted quite early from the ultra soft tyres. Ramavage also pitting early, but that was due to a spin, so he put soft tyres on. I don't think they will get to the end because such a high tyre deck, as previously stated. Lord JB doing quite a good job. He's in 6th position at the moment, so yeah, that's he's got good race pace as Lord JB, so I'm expecting big things from him, maybe a couple of positions gained. Going board with Techno Thriller now. He's trying to line up the Mercedes. He's going to follow S. Graham through this stadium section. Oh, he's going to try and make a move before the activation there. Techno Thriller, he actually gets a 3-second time penalty. That would be for corner cutting. So he's got past the Mercedes of S. Graham, and he's actually got the DRS as well, so S. Graham could actually benefit from a tow here, because as we say, long run up to turn 1. So let's see what he can do, but it looks like Techno actually has got that sorted, and he's kept that position, and he didn't lose it after gaining it. Guys, it's Mudkip, has been passed by Gaming Things, but it looks like he's having a move. Look at Lord JB, and guys, it's Mudkip. Let's see what Lord JB's trying to make a move, and I think he's got it sorted. Let's see. Oh yes, he's got it. He's got past the Sauber. The Sauber's still not letting it go. Ferrari, Red Bull and the Sauber having a little bit of a battle there. Gaming Things, Lord JB, and guys, it's Mudkip. Let's see if they can keep the action nice and clean, and hopefully we will see some decent driving. So Lord JB up to 4th at the moment. Brilliant drive so far, and he's right on the back of Gaming Things in 3rd. Once these guys all make their first pit stops, we should get a little bit of normal order, to say, not to disrespect the rest of the drivers. But you'll see, like, the guys of maybe Techno moving up a little bit, Noak maybe as well, after a poor qualifying because of an incident. Lee now is 15th at the moment. Don't know what's happened with a couple of early stops. I don't think Williams will be doing enough to get the Constructors title. So guys, it's Mudkip a little bit crazy on the last part of the final corner. Techno Thriller 118.955, fast lap of the race on the super soft tyres for the Haas. So Lord JB looks like he's done enough, I think, to get away from guys, it's Mudkip, which is brilliant. Techno Thriller is 3 tenths of a second behind guys, it's Mudkip, so he's got to try and get past guys, it's Mudkip without costing himself. Oh, look at that, he goes a little bit wide there. There's a bit of tyre rubbing there, it could be a bit of lag, I don't know what's happened there, but Techno Thriller won't be happy with this. Let's see what's going to occur between these two. Techno's got a lot on his plate. He's got to keep his championship lead. He knows Ramavage is not in the points currently at the moment, but it's still a lot to do. Lord JB is 4 tenths of a second behind Gaming Things. We're going to stick with Techno Thriller just a little bit, just see how he can deal with guys, it's Mudkip. And you know, of course, championship leader, he's got so much on his plate. It's not just about making that move, not getting past that guy who's in front of you. It's also, you've got to think, how many points have we got in the championship lead? How many points have we got over the other driver? How can I do this? How can I make my race benefit me? Guys, his Mudkip has been passed by the Haas, but he's trying to have a little look again. Some of the curbs are very tricky. You go on some of the high ones and it can spin you, so a lot to worry about for Techno Thriller. So guys, it's Mudkip has been passed, so Techno will be trying to chase down Lord JB. We go on board with Uzi, a McLaren Honda driver. He's having a go at S. Graham. He's going to have DRS down the start-finish straight. Guys, it's Mudkip, 5 seconds stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. A lot of people getting a penalty. Look at that. The Mercedes slotting in behind the McLaren Honda after being passed. He's trying to still get that little bit of a tow. Can it make any difference going into turn 1? No. McLaren Honda driver with that DRS advantage as well, which pays off down the long start finish straight, has made that move stick, so that's a brilliant drive. Lee now is 15 seconds behind Chopper. Chopper also not having a great race. Something happened, and I would like to find out what has happened actually to make them drivers be in positions they shouldn't be in normally. I'm going to go on board with Aspheric. He's quite close to Guys It's Mudkip. Guys It's Mudkip just pitting as well. He's gone from the ultra softs to the super softs. He stretched them tyres out quite well, but you could tell by performance that his car was sliding on exit and a couple of times on entry as well, so it didn't help him. Noax get past Lord JB. Lord JB is getting passed by Uzi. What's happened to Lord JB? Uzi has a spin. Oh no, that's terrible on this game. It's so hard once you have a spin. The tyres just need that little bit of a cleaning as well, because you get on the dirty line, so it's not great for Lord JB. He was doing so well. Massive shame for him. Aspheric is doing a decent... Oh, he's had a little bit of a moment, and... Oh, that's it, wing off. Let's see if he can carry on. That is a lot of drivers getting caught out. That is quite a few tough corners. The S's, it's very, very tough. That promotes Chopper, so Lee Nell should get close to Aspheric and pass him. There we go. Ramavaj has gained a position on Esgram, as Esgram and Lord JB both pit. Lord JB will get a new front wing because he just damaged that. Techno Thriller is behind the Ferrari of Gamey Things, so Techno Thriller in fourth at the moment. Gamey Things got a 7 tenths of a second gap, but Techno Thriller is still closing 10th at a time. Looks like every corner he's gaining a 10th on Gamey Things. He's going to have a little nice run, but oh, we're going for the tricky little section now. So does he stay behind the car, or does he try and make the move? He's going to try and make a move. He's having a little look. He's having a little look on the inside of Gamey Things. Gamey Things is a great defensive driver, so he knows what he's doing. He's never under pressure as Gamey Things when it comes to drivers trying to press him for a move. Aspheric is still in the pits. He should be getting released soon. Lord JB is in front of Lee now. Lord JB will be fuming about that, just because he was running so well. A driver with great race pace, of course. If you've seen our stream, so you all know. Go keep the cameras on Gamey Things. Going to have a DRS, I think, just about DRS on Techno Thriller. Techno's doing the job he needs to do, and that is be in the top 3 positions just to extend his points a little bit more. But Ramavaj is currently in the top 8, so he will be scoring some points, but it's not enough points. It's going to be so close in the Drivers' Championship. I think it will go down to the last race in Abu Dhabi, which is great for the viewers. So, brilliant work by Fletcher Boy as well. He's still on the Supersoft tyres, so my prediction of lap 11 is way out of the window. It could be, maybe I'd go for lap 15 for the pits. I probably am wrong on that, but a 13-second lead by Fletcher Boy on the Supersoft tyres, as is Humbug in the Toro Rosso. He's got a 14.8 seconds a lead over Techno, but Techno has pitted. Techno looks like he'll probably be on a 2 or 3 stop race. So tricky corners, these Uzi Gamey Things. He's dropped quite a bit of time to Techno Thriller. Noack is 2.3 seconds behind Gamey Things. Noack, a very quick driver, had a poor qualifying through contact, but the McLaren Honda of Uzi is actually catching Noack. So is this track not favouring Noack? Oh, a little bit of a incident there. Well, not an incident, a little bit of a mishap, I'd say. Oh, look at that. The Force Indian and McLaren Honda nearly come into contact due to another car. Well, don't know what was happening now. Uzi is pitting. He's going to lose 6th position to Tjanos. Let's see the Red Bull driver of Ramavaj. What can he do? He's got a lot to try and do to get himself back into more decent points than he currently has. It's a lot to ask of him. Guys, it's Mudkip making a move on his teammate Smelly Badger. It could have been choreographed by mutual decision between these guys, or it could just be a genuine pass. You got Escran and Mercedes behind the Saubers. Looks like Smelly Badger's got an easy move done. Guys, it's Mudkip didn't fight that too much, so a perfect team move there, since team orders are introduced, but team orders will be frontline. We ain't that serious. Not yet. S. Graham has got his teammate as well, the Mercedes in 11th and 12th. I'd like to really tell you that it is equal performance, of course, guys, so it doesn't matter about their realistic performance, because these guys will be running away with a race. They're still close. Let's see what they can do. Chopper, let's see where Chopper is in the points table. He is... pass. I didn't write that down. Terrible work on me. Why am I so poor on my pre-race stuff? Guys, it's Mudkip is repassed Smelly Badger. Smelly Badger having a little win. So look at that Mercedes. Oh, a bit of contact there, and a bit more contact. Look at that. Smelly Badger is not giving an inch to Chopper. He's gone wide a bit, and both Mercedes are going to make a move now. Is S. Graham trying to make a move on Chopper? Let's see, both Mercedes get past the Saubers and Chopper gets past S Graham, but S Graham has lost the position to Smelly Badger now. S Graham getting a 3-second time penalty. That's for multiple warnings for corner cutting. So Chopper is the lead Mercedes on track at the moment. Chopper's got great race pace to his ability, so that is brilliant for him. S Graham will probably have a little run on Smelly Badger in the Sauber. He's going to have DRS, but look at that. So you've got Sauber, Mercedes on track within a few seconds of each other. So let's see if a train is going to build behind Geiser's Mudkip. Look at that. Sauber driver got a bit too deep into turn 1, so the Mercedes driver of S Graham is all over the back of him. S Graham will have DRS again. This is probably going to be a move, but the Sauber has DRS as well, so it kind of cancels each other out, so it will go down to driver skill. Yeah, Smelly Badger keeping that position. Aspheric has always took his wheel off. Good on him. He wasn't, like I said earlier, injured, so he done great. Great qualifying by him as well. So great heart by Aspheric. Brilliant drive from him. Sorry, it wasn't Aspheric who actually injured. It was Uzi. Uzi's doing fantastic then for an injured, and he's currently 7th at that moment. Chopper is all over the back of Geiser's Mudkip. Let's see what Chopper can do. Chopper on the soft tyres. Geiser's Mudkip is on super softs. Here we go through the stadium section, nice and slowly. Don't want to get too close in case the car in front of you just brakes a little bit earlier than you expect. Oh, look at the lag on Chopper. I think that is. Looked like he was going to go into the pits and have an incident, but obviously not. We're going to go on board with TJ Arnott's Toro Rosso driver is chasing down Chopper's teammate S Graham and the Mercedes. 6/10 of a second between them. Let's see what they can do. He's getting a nice little toe there. He ain't got DRS, but it doesn't matter. With that toe, that is such a gift for some drivers on this long straight. Guys, it's Mudkip getting past Chopper. Let's see what Chopper can do. Chopper is on average faster than Geiser's Mudkip, but Geiser's Mudkip, apart from that little incident before, he's having quite a good race. Chopper and Geiser's Mudkip swapping positions. There's not much to split him at the moment. So Fletcher Boy has pitted, as has Humbug. So Fletcher Boy going on. I think that is a one-stop strategy. TJ Arnott's getting a 3-second time penalty. So Techno has gained 2nd position. But look at that. Well done, Fletcher Boy. A 3-second overcut, sorry, which is 2.5 now. So overcut working for Fletcher Boy like a dream. And if that is his one and only stop, it's a lot for Techno to kind of sort out. Gaming Things also inherit in the position with Humbug pitting, so Noak is in 3rd. Gaming Things trying to have a little look up the inside there, but he's got DRS as Noak. So the Ferrari might benefit from the little toe, but I doubt it. A little bit of lag happening. Hopefully it's not me, because that would be terrible. I don't think it. I'll clear my name straight away. Gonna go on board with Chopper again. Chopper and Geiser's Mudkip still right together, but that's allowing Smelly Badger and TJ Arnott to close up a little bit as well. So sometimes it's hard racing against drivers so closely on track, because you're actually allowing other guys to get involved, and there's a lot of lag there. I don't know what's happening with that, but we'll move on. Lord JB 6 seconds behind S Graham. Lord JB, it'll be an interesting to see what's happened to his race. Lee now as well, Williams driver. He's not had the best starts and too early pit stops as well. I think the Constructors title will be on hold for at least 1 more week. Gaming Things is under a second between him and Noak. Noak usually very, very rapid. He's pitted actually, so Gaming Things will inherit 3rd place. Gaming Things is on soft tyres. I'm not sure what lap he pitted in, but if he pitted at roughly the same lap as Fletcher Boy, that could be a one-stop strategy. Let's see what Ramovaj is doing. It had a spin at the start of the race, so it's been a recovery drive for Ramovaj. He pitted super early, lap 2 put on the soft tyres. They will not last. I guarantee you they will not last to the end of the race. If they do, he's obviously bribed Pirelli to give them super strong tyres, but Ramovaj is not like that. Oh, look at Noak's pit stop has dropped him nearly to 10th place. He will go into 10th, yes. So Lord JB is the next person. Techno Thriller 3-second time penalty. So that is going to add some interest there. Let's see if Fletcher Boy can capitalise on it. He doesn't need to go crazy now, knowing that Techno has got that pits penalty there for corner cutting. Noak there having a little bit of a weave there, maybe a bit of dirt on his tyres, but he's got TJ Arnott all over the back of him, 0.3 of a second between them. So let's just see what Noah can do. Can he try and pull away from TJ on this? But he's also got several guys as Mudkip, who's been pretty tricky to get past today. Noah, oh, he's cut the corner again. Another 3-second time penalty. Stewart extremely strict on the corner cutting around this circuit. So he's under 2 tenths of a second between guys as Mudkip. Look, oh, what? That is seriously bad driving by guys as Mudkip. That is terrible. That is absolute unreal. Stewart will be definitely speaking to him. I guarantee that. I'm very sorry, guys, for those watching. Manoeuvres like that are not what we promote in our league. Very sorry about that. While there's a little break in the action, we're halfway through the race. Guys, we got some exciting news. I said it at the beginning of the stream. We've got exciting news coming out tomorrow regarding the league's future, which will be bigger and better than this season. Please stay tuned to www.facebook.com/SpeedForceRacingPS4, also www.instagram.com/SpeedForceRacingPS4, where there'll be a host of changes and a host of new rules, new stuff. We won't go too far in it. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Noah is chasing down the Mercedes of Chopper. Chopper currently in 7th position. Chopper is actually our social media manager on a couple of the channels, our Twitter and Instagram, doing a great job for us, and also doing a great job through the season. Seems to have got stronger and stronger through the season, but Noah is no slouch, so Chopper's got a lot of work to do. Try and keep him behind him. We'll see what's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see, well, hear from a lot of guys. We're going to bowl with Humbug. Toro Rosso driver is chasing down Gaming Things, both on the soft tyres. I think Humbug may have the fresher tyres out of both. He makes a simple move there. Gaming Things not fighting it too much, but still not letting him get away. So he's going to try and keep close to him through the S's, which is quite dangerous because the amount of total air that's going to come off that is crazy. Fletcher Boy doing an amazing job. Gained a couple of seconds on Techno through just pure race pace. So that's brilliant from him. Let's see where Ramovaj is. He's in 6th position at the moment, 1.3 seconds behind Uzi. Uzi is, of course, driving with the injury. It wasn't Aspheric, it was in fact Uzi. So Uzi doing a great job with injury. He's currently in 5th position. So let's give you a quick rundown with 16 laps to go. Fletcher Boy is in 1st, Techno Thriller 2nd, Humbug 3rd, Gaming Things is 4th, 5th is Uzi, Ramovaj is 6th, 7th is Noah, 8th is Chopper, TJ Arnis is 9th, Lord JB 10th, Lean now is 11th, Smelly Badger 12th, 13th guys is Mudkip, 14th is S Graham, Aspheric and Blunt Sand both DNFing. Not the best day for them, but there's always next week. TJ Gaming Things has pitted. TJ Arnis is right on the back of Chopper, coming through the last corner. So TJ Arnis will have will trigger the DRS to be activated as he goes through the start-finish line to start his 20th lap of the race. He's got DRS wide open. Chopper will be very well aware of this. This is going to be a great tow as well. DRS and the tow, it's just going to be a huge benefit to the Toro Rosso driver. Oh, he's had a little look inside. Chopper trying to cut it off, still being quite fit. Oh, there's contact. They've run each other off the side of the road. That would be Humbug should be allowed through, in my opinion. Let's see what happens there. Quite a little bit of a messy drive between the drivers, unusual for them. So it could have been someone caught off guard. S Graham has a DNF from the session. Oh, he's had a bad crash there. So TJ Arnis has got in front of Chopper. We did look at S Graham, so it could be that Chopper did the decent thing allowing Humbug through, which I think probably did happen. Noah is 4 tenths of a second behind Gaming Things. Oh, it looks like a bit of wing that's been kicked up from Noah from the Mercedes that has crashed out. So that would be too worrying for him. Oh, big bit of lag there. Oh. Apologies, pulling my microphone out as Noah is making a move on the Ferrari of Gaming Things, and It looks like a move well done, but there's a bit of lag, so it's going to be quite scary. It's quite tough going against a driver who has lag. You do not know where the car is going to be. Kind of a lotto trying to pick that right position. Lena has pitted again. This is his third stop, if I'm correct. Ramovac is into 5th position, 2.4 seconds behind Uzi. Uzi a massive 18 seconds between him and Humbug. Humbug 14 seconds between him and Techno, and 39 seconds between Fletcher Boy and Techno. So Fletcher Boy is doing great. Like I said earlier in the stream, his race pace, his race craft has just improved so much through the season. And if he'd have had this spike of performance maybe about 3 races earlier, I think he could have been well in for the title battle. So Techno Thriller has pitted again. That will be his last pit stop of the race. Probably a bit too early to go on the Ultra Soft, so that'll probably be another set of the Super Soft tyres for him. So Fletcher Boy first, Humbug is second, Techno third, Uzi fourth, Ramovac fifth after a spin on the first lap. Ramovac is actually pitting again. He will probably go on the Super Soft tyres too early for the Ultra Softs. Got to be a magician to get them through the end of the race if you put them on the start of lap 22. So he's on the Super Soft tyres as predicted. TJ Arnis has gone up to 7th as Chopper into 8th position. So a huge gap of 23 seconds between Fletcher Boy and Humbug. So Fletcher Boy done wonders with that overcut. Brilliant drive for him. And the good thing is he's got about a pit stop a gap between him and Humbug. So he could really put the Ultra Soft tyres on, because them softs will probably last until the end of the race, as would probably Humbug's, but Fletcher Boy's got more of a generous gap between himself and his competitor, where Techno is just over 5 seconds behind Humbug. So Humbug's got to choose his battles quite carefully. So let's see if we've got any close battles. Closest battle on the track at the moment is between Noak and Uzi. Stan Baldwin and Clown Honda driver, and see what he can do, see what his defensive driving is, because a few drivers probably have picked a few tips up from Gaming Things. I say it all the time, probably bored of me saying it. Gaming Things, great defensive driver, which is positive because don't mean to take the thunder away from these guys during the race, but on Sunday, it's a special one-off race we're having, racing against a very decent league in URL. So URL versus Speed Force Racing will be this Sunday. It will be at 8, probably about 10 past 8 at night, so 8:10 PM GMT, where the stream will be on. I'll be actually racing in that event. Interesting for me. Should be joined by for comms will be Lord JB and John 94 Rhinos. It's going to be quite an interesting event. It is a one-off race, league versus league. So join us this Sunday, 10 past 8 roughly, for the stream. Oh, Uzi must have made a mistake. He's allowed Noak through. So great bit of sensible driving there by Uzi. If he's made an error, that's actually gained him time. He's done well to let Noak through. Techno Thriller 118.140, fastest lap of the race currently on the Super Soft tyres for the Haas driver and the championship leader. So Fletcher Boy, what a great job by him. Can we actually go on board with Fletcher Boy? Let's give him a bit of attention. He's a driver on the move in terms of performance, and I know he's excited for next season as well. And if I was driving as well as him, I'd be excited as well. Whoever becomes Fletcher Boy's teammate next season has got a gem of a driver. As I could say that about many drivers up and down the field. No disrespect to either of the drivers that I'm not talking about, but you've got Fletcher Boy, you've got stars like Gaming Things as well, Lord JB, Ramovac, Lee Nell, Techno, Humbug, brilliant drivers, especially Fletcher Boy. I say he probably would, my personal opinion, would probably be driver of the season, just because of the sheer dominance that he's setting out. He's obviously on a one-stop strategy, but he's getting that time now. He's going to probably have enough time to get a pit and maybe come out with a second in hand, if he can keep the gap to Humbug. It just depends what's going through his mind, because he personally probably still be in the mindset of, I'm doing a one-stop. He's going to try and control his pace, but he doesn't want to drop too back, where he loses that pit stop advantage in times of time difference. So it's interesting. We're going to go board with Lee now, his teammate. He's trying to make a move on Smelly Badger. Smelly Badger, this is going to be interesting. Let's see if he's going to keep it clean. Oh, he's allowed lean now. Bit of a unfortunate bit of driving there by Smelly Badger, which cost him. Ramovaj has pitted, as we saw. He's currently in 10th position. He was the closest championship challenger to Techno Thriller. Techno in 3rd, so doing all he can. Ramovaj's got a big job on his hand. He's got his teammate in front of him. I'm sure his teammate will allow him past, just simply because Ramovaj is in the championship battle. There we go. So look at that. Lord JB moves right over near to the pit wall to allow Ramovaj through. Great bit of teamwork there. Let's see if Lord JB looks like he's actually going to have a little run on Ramovaj. So he's going to say, yeah, you can go in front of me. You're my teammate. You're in the championship lead, but still going to have a little bit of a run against you because, you know, I've got great race pace, and that is true. He's going a little bit wide there. That will be the turbulent air that's affecting him. Techno is within a second of Humbug, and Humbug was 5 seconds clear a few laps back, so Techno is on the charge. Humbug is struggling on them soft tyres. That would probably be a sign to Fletcher Boy that if Humbug's struggling, Fletcher Boy will be. Fletcher Boy needs to pit if he's going to pit for the ultra softs, or he's going to have to commit to running the last 10 laps on them heavily worn soft tyres. So that's an interesting one for you guys. Ramovaj is in 8th position. He's half a second between him and Chopper. I don't want to switch off because I don't want to change camera because Techno is on the charge against Humbug, and Techno is the championship leader. But I will keep you updated. 2 tenths of a second now between Chopper and Ramovaj, and Techno Thriller's having a look on the outside of the corner, which will then, is he not going to try for the inside? He does, but he's a little bit further back. Looks like Humbug's just a little bit of a messy exit. Techno has got the move done. Humbug is struggling, of course, with extreme tyre wear on them soft tyres. Lord JB gets past Chopper, as does Ramovaj. Ramovaj into 7th position now, so we couldn't show that. We wanted to keep on board with Techno Thriller. So Ramovaj into 7th, Techno into 2nd position. It's still game on in the Drivers' Championship, as it will be for the constructors, because Lee now having an unfortunate race where he just couldn't. I don't know what's happened at the start of the race with Lee. A couple of pit stops, which is unlikely because that guy is Mr. One Stop. If he can get it right, he will do it. Humbug, let's see how committed he is to this one stop. He's lost about 1.5 seconds already to Techno. There is, yes, I'd say they're probably in the window for the Ultrasofts maybe. Probably lap 30 would be best to switch on to the Ultrasofts if Fletcher Boy or Humbug were tempted by it. But Techno has gained a second already on Fletcher Boy, and with the pace that he's putting in, if Fletcher Boy does not pit for new tyres, Fletcher Boy will have a lot of worrying to do come lap 34, lap 35. So it's all up to Fletcher Boy. We'll stay on board with Fletcher Boy actually we'll move to him, sorry. We'll just see what's happening, if he can eke out a bit more speed of a gap. He's lost over a second now. If I was Fletcher Boy, I would pit. He's going to carry on. I'd say if you get up to lap 31, you are very much committed to that one-stop strategy. Lord JB does what I thought Fletcher Boy would do, and that's pit for the ultra soft tyres. So expect some fast times from Lord JB coming up. A cracking drive as Lee Nell gets past Lord JB while he's in the pit. Lee Nell on the super soft tyres at the moment. 21.4 seconds separates Techno and Fletcher Boy. That probably is about the time of a pit stop. So 8 laps to go. What can Fletcher Boy do? I just have a funny feeling he's going to pit. Now I know he can do a one-stop strategy and he can make it work. It's very tough though. So we'll go on board with Smelly Badger if we can. So he's got the Red Bull driver Lord JB on super fresh ultra soft tyres. So Lord JB on paper, and to most fans that watch week in week out with us, he's going to have the performance edge over Smelly Badger. Go through the S's. It's such a terrible place to try and pass. Got so much turbulent air that's just going to affect it, and you've got to have the perfect balance set up as well. You ain't got the right setup going into them S's, you're going to hit the wall, or even worse, rip a wheel off. Look at that, he's following very closely as Lord JB. He's also got Mercedes Chopper on the ultra softs. These guys are all on ultra soft tyres, looks like they're freshly put on as well. So the Sauber's under immense pressure, but Lord JB is also under pressure by the Mercedes driver Chopper. This is going to be quite tasty going down the start-finish straight. I expect probably Chopper to get past Lord JB, but Lord JB will come back at him, guarantee that. Let's see, look how close they are, Lord JB and Chopper. Chopper is literally on the backside of Lord JB. He pulls out to try and get himself a bit of space. Let's see, Chopper and Lord JB. Oh, there's a bit of a lag. Look at that. A lot of lag coming from Lord JB, but oh, are they rubbing? Is that really what's happening? We don't know. Look at that Sauber driver. He doesn't know where to go. Sauber driver's going left, right, in the middle. He doesn't know how to defend. We're against two drivers. And he's allowed the Mercedes through him. It looks like the Red Bull's trying to have a little run. See what the Red Bull driver, he can get past. Yes, he does. Smelly Badger's lost 2 positions there in a matter of about three and a half corners. So Chopper will probably be the better. He's probably the driver that's going to be the happiest. He's benefited from that. He's got past Lord JB as well. So, very interesting, Ramovaj. Look how close he is, trying to make a move on TJ Honest. Ramovaj has got the move done. There you go. He's on a fresh set of super soft tyres. Only had them on a few laps. Great. He's got DRS, and he will have DRS for a little short little sprint in a few corners time. So that is Ramovaj into 6th position. He's got Gamey Things 10 seconds ahead of him to charge down. It's a tough ask. Fletcher Boy looks like he's committed to that one-stop strategy. 18.8 seconds between him and Techno. If it was me, I would not pit if I was Fletcher Boy now. You've committed to this. You can do it, mate. You can get this race win. TJ Honest, let's have a look on TJ Honest. He's half a second behind Ramovaj, but I think TJ may be just on a little bit more worn tyres. Smelly Badger is pitting. Lord JB has been passed by. Chopper will go on board with these two guys. Are racing very hard. Look how close they are on track. They race very hard. There's not enough space there. I don't know if that is a bit of lag, but TJ Honest has crashed out. What a shame for him. Lienel into 9th position. So this could get a bit tasty if Lienel gets a few more positions. This could be the moment where Williams had no hope of getting constructors this race. It could actually work out. Lord JB and Chopper having quite a little bit of battle there. Lord JB's lag has a bit of a say now and then, which is unfortunate for him and Chopper. But we're going to keep with it. Just see, there's a yellow flag, sector 2, sector 3. Just shows you this track bites back on you. If you do not respect this track, it will bite back, and you will know about it. There's 5 and a bit laps to go. Fletcher Boy 17.8 seconds. So Techno Thriller gained a whole second on that lap previously. Look at that. Lord JB, a great move there. He's trying to line himself up, trying to get ready for the turn 1 to be inside. Look how close they race to each other. It's very weird that, and I got a funny feeling that will be lag. It's yeah, that's interesting. We will not be showing that. It's just lag is ruining it for me. Hopefully that will be sorted out by Lord JB. You don't really want drivers racing with lag, but Lord JB, he does give it his all, and his lag's not too bad usually. So 17.5 seconds, Team Techno and Fletcher Boy. It is getting close, but there's not enough laps in my personal opinion, unless there's a huge drop off for Fletcher Boy's soft tyres, because he did put them on quite early. I think it was lap 15-16 that he put them on, so 21 laps on the soft tyres. It is possible, but when you've got Techno, a fast driver on fresher tyres, there's a lot to work out and see where you're going to go. 5 seconds between Ramovaj and Gamey Things. There was nearly 10 seconds a few laps ago. Ramovaj is doing all he can, and that's all you can ask of the driver. Chopper and Lord JB we will not be going to, because just because of the lag we're having with that, it's unfortunate, but Lord JB will have to address that, as all drivers do. Chopper's, he's got past. Look at that, the Red Bull through lag is riding the Mercedes, so should have put parental warning there for cars maybe humping during the race. Look at that lag is not great. We will not, I don't know, do we watch it in case the stewards need to get involved? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hopefully if Lord JB's lag gets a little bit worse than it is, he probably will retire, because that is quite atrocious. Guys, it's Mudkip pitting very late in the race, so Ultrasofts didn't last as we suspected. He'll probably chuck another set of the Ultrasofts on. So quite interesting. I think Fletcher Boy's done enough. There's 4 laps to go, and Fletcher Boy's got 16.8 seconds, so he did lose a second in 1 lap, but it looks like he's controlling his own race pace, which is good. He's controlling his destiny. It's just a shame this sudden performance boost didn't happen quick enough. Lee Nell getting a 3-second time penalty. That will be for corner cutting. It'll be quite interesting, guys. So, gotta remember, 25 points more than Haas. If Williams get 25 points more than Haas in this race, they will be Constructors' Championship for Speed Force Racing. So there's a lot hinging on it. Uzi's in the pits as well. The Oxyos a bit too early on for him as well. Chopper's dropped Lord JB by 4 tenths of a second. Doesn't seem too much, but when you race F1, 4 tenths of a second actually is a long time. It's crazy. In real life it wouldn't be, but it is. Lord JB is still trying to make a little bit of a move on Chopper, so them two probably will be battling out for a few laps, I suspect. Ramovaj could see gamey things, so he's gained 3 seconds in about 2.5 laps. Ramovaj is on a charge, but he's also got to be careful because he doesn't want his tyre performance to drop off too much come the penultimate lap or even the last lap, so he's got to be careful of how hard he is pushing Ramovaj. So let's see what he can do. 1.3 seconds as they cross the line. There's 3 laps left, so 1.2 seconds between Ramovaj and Gaming Things could be quite interesting. Ramovaj would need to get that position. I think it would help him quite a lot. 16.1 seconds now between Techno and Fletcher Boy. So Fletcher Boy looks like he's done enough. We've had 4 retirements through instance where they've crashed. TJ Arness, S. Graham, Aspheric and Blood and Sand unfortunately didn't finish the race, but in every F1 race you usually do get a few retirements due to issues either car related or clipping the wall. Ramovaj, look at that. Half a second between these guys. Ramovaj gained a whole second in about a sector and a half. Brilliant job by Ramovaj. Peter doing a fantastic job in that Red Bull, but he's got gamey things. Yes, I know, I keep saying it. Very, very, very hard to pass. Let's see what he can do. I don't know how warm gamey things tyres are, but the Red Bull driver is on fresher tyres. I can guarantee you fresher than gamey things. Let's see what happened. Let's see if he can make a move. I think he's trying to actually get, yes, he's, I think he's waiting for the DRS activation. Smart move there by Ramovaj. So he's going to get DRS going down, start, finish straight. It just helps so much on this track. It's unfortunate some tracks the DRS doesn't do nothing. It's going to be a simple move. I don't think Gamey Things will fight it too much. Ramovaj picks his line. He's going to go for the inside into turn 1. Oh no, he's done a move, a great move there. He's actually given himself so much space that he can actually get in front of Gamey Things. So Ramovaj up to 5th position. Great recovery drive from him. I think he should be proud of that. He probably won't be, but he should be. Lord JB is 5 tenths of a second, he's 6 tenths of a second behind Chopper. So Chopper and Mercedes has done well. Lee Nell's in Williams, he's in 7th. So let's we'll go through for you guys at home. Penultimate lap is Fletcher Boy. Brilliant job, well done to you. 1-stop race for him. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant drive. Still got a lap and a bit to go though, so we will not curse him, and we'll just see what's going to happen. So first, Fletcher Boy, Techno Championship leader, is 2nd, Humbug 3rd, 4th is Noak, Ramovaj is in 5th, Gaming Things 6th, Lee Nell is 7th, 8th is Chopper, 9th is Lord JB, Uzi is in 10th, Smelly Badger is 11th, guys, it's Mudkip is 12th, TJ Honest, S. Graham, Aspheric, Blood and Sand did not finish. That's what DNF means, guys, so did not finish. It was due to damage, we'll just say, nicely. Noak has had an interesting race. Qualified, well, he didn't actually qualify, he crashed out. Started last, so a gain of 12 positions in a race is a good job by any guy. Guy, female, it doesn't matter. So yeah, he should be proud of that race, but maybe didn't get what he could do out of qualifying. So we're on the last lap of the race. Look at the approach for Fletcher Boy into turn 1. Let's just give it him. He will get driver of the day. Fletcher Boy gets that all day long because just the amount of drive he's doing. Looks like he's having a little bit of a weave there. So either he's got a bit of dirt on his tyres, maybe a bit of marbles he's trying to clear off. He's trying to keep it nice and safe. I think he will probably ease off a little bit just to. He's got the gap to Techno. So he can ease off a bit, try and keep them tyres away from the danger. Nowak has pitted. Oh, he's got a flat tyre. Oh, Nowak. That's going to cost him some positions. Ramovac may do it. He may get past Nowak. There's 20 seconds roughly between them before the pit stop. Depends how bad Nowak was suffering before he went into pit, when he actually did pop the tyre. Here we go, the stadium section. The fans will be on their feet. Yes, there we go. We've got the celebrations already. The colours of the Mexican flag and the confetti guns being spewed out everywhere. Fletcher Boy coming round for the final lap, the final corner of the race. What a brilliant drive. What a race win by Fletcher Boy. Driver of the day. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant by him. Fletcher Boy getting a great race win. Techno, second position. Brilliant by the championship leader. Humbug sees all the celebrations started, knows the race is over. He's got a brilliant third position. What a great drive. We will be speaking to these guys in the drivers chat in a few moments, so stick with us please. Race is over, but the entertainment might not be. We'll see what happens in the drivers chat. Nowak is right on the back of Ramovac. Can Ramovac get this sword? Oh, look at that. Nowak did have a pit stop. There's a lot of damaged wings on the side. Let's see what Ramovac can do. Can he keep it? No, he's lost it. Is he going to try and... He's going to try and keep that position. Yes. Ramovac is coming back at Nowak. There's only a couple of corners left. What's going to happen? Can Ramovac keep this position? He needs to. Full position will be decent points for him, considering that Techno Thriller's second. Oh, what a finish. Great job there. Ramovac and Nowak providing great entertainment. Unlucky Nowak. Great job, Ramovac. Great recovery drive. Sixth position for Gamey Things. Brilliant. And Lee now finishing 7th. Lord JB 8th. 9th is Chopper Uzi 10th. 11th for Smelly Badger. Guys, it's Mudkip. We'll finish in 12th position. Personally, not the best drive from Guys. It might have a lot to left to be desired about that drive. I'm sure that will be addressed by the race stewards, but let's just forget about that. Great race, interesting race with a couple of cars spinning at the start. Ramovac being one of them. Brilliant recovery drive from me, did so well. But Fletcher Boy, like I say, driver of the day, one stop race. And he just owned the race. He just done brilliantly. Well, that's what practice does for you guys. You know, he practices super hard. He fine-tunes that setup. He tries. He gets the setup that may not be his own, but he fine-tunes it to suit his car. And what a brilliant job. And he will deserve that victory. Great job. Guys, I will... the stream will be staying live, but because I'm on my own... I have to invite drivers, so you will get the blue screen. Sorry about that. So Fletcher Boy first, second Techno Thriller, Humbug third, fourth is Ramovac, Nowak is fifth, sixth is Gamey Things, seventh is Lee Now, and they're not. Williams are not Constructors Championship. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Eighth Lord JB, ninth Chopper, and the 10th is the McLaren of Uzi, 11th Smelly Badger. And guys, it's Mudkip, the last of the finishers. So we'll invite these guys in to the chat party. So let's get these in. Apologies for the blue screen, guys. I've explained I'm the only one in. I'm on my own today. So let's get Techno Thriller, Humbug, and Fletcher Boy in. Let's get back to the screen that you're wanting to see, something that's not like a blue screen, not appealing to anyone. So we'll wait for these guys to come in and we'll get some questions asked to him, of course by myself, so I need to think quickly on the fly. Wow, what a race. Really, what a race. I think these guys will be proud of themselves. Not the best tracks. There we go. Techno Thriller's joined us. Thank you, Techno. We'll get to you as soon as the other guys have joined the party. And we wait for Fletcher Boy and Humbug. Great drives by each of the top three. All different races for them due to minor incidents on track. So as we await Fletcher Boy and Humbug, let's see who's going to actually make me wait the longest. So guys, while we wait, here we go, there's Humbug. While we wait, go to www.facebook.com/SpeedForceRacingPS4 or www.instagram.com/SpeedForceRacingPS4. Lots of new features coming. Details will be released tomorrow. So let's jump into it. Fletcher Boy, driver of the day. How did you do that, Josh?
I think there was a bit of luck involved. A lot of people crashed out around me, which helped me, and then I just managed my tyres and kept going. And there was a big gap between me and Techno, so I just was looking after my tyres for most of the race. But yeah, it was a good race. Enjoyed it.
So you did the one-stop strategy. How
Yeah.
was it tough on the soft tyres?
No, I think I was on 55% at the end of the race, so it wasn't too bad.
God, that is really good. Well controlled
Yeah.
there. Know when Techno he pitted and he put on the super soft tyres, he gained a second about I think about 6 laps from the end. I think he gained a second in 1 lap on you. Was you actually worried about him gaining more time, or do you think you had it all under control?
I could have pushed more if I wanted to. I was just looking after my tyres. I had like 2 laps of fuel left at the end as well, so
Oh, you did well
I could
then.
have got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great job.
yeah, just manage my race.
Go to Techno. Techno, great job there. You well, you controlled your own race, but you also kept in control of the Drivers' Championship with, of course, Ramovaj having a little spin early on in the on lap 1. So, talk us through your race. How did you think it went, Techno?
It was going good for the first few laps, and then I spun, I think it was on lap 6, and hit the barrier in the fast-flowing section in Sector 2 and broke my front wing. And I had to pit straight away and go into the super softs. From that point on, I pretty much knew P1 was gone and had to focus on trying to get P2 back.
You know, every race you're in, I know last week, due to other commitments, you couldn't race, but you've got 2 more races to go. Do you enter each race knowing you've got a championship lead and you've got a fast driver like Ramovaj trying to wrestle that championship off you? Is there added pressure on you, or do you just approach it as a normal race?
I think there's definitely more pressure than usual. Ramvaj is a very fast guy. He's much, I know he's much faster than me. He missed a lot of races and he's still in the title fight. It shows just how fast he is. So there's definitely added pressure there.
Yeah, I agree. So, do you reckon a one-stop strategy was just not going to happen for you, or do you just not even take it into consideration as you was going for a multi-stop strategy?
Yep, I was always going to go for the 2-stop because I didn't want to be on the softs in the middle sector. I think it would be very hard to get any time, especially if the other guy was doing a 1-stop as well. It would be very hard for that section.
Thank you, Techno. Humbug, where's that been, man?
Yep.
You've finally come back and got your top 3. Brilliant job, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
So, will you talk us through it?
Yeah, I was part of the incident in turn 2, I think it was, where Ramovaj spun and
Yes.
I got my front wing broken. So just a little bit, so I could wait until my pit stop. I lost like half a second to a second per lap. So it's pretty harsh, but I saw the faster guys never caught up. So except Techno, of course. But the faster guys didn't caught up to me. So yeah, I'm happy.
So, that instant, do you reckon if you never had that instant, you may have been closer to challenging Techno and Fletcher Boy, or were they just a little bit too quick for you today?
At least Fletcher Boy was too quick, and with the Techno's incident, I might have been closer to him. I didn't have any penalties either, so it might have been close, but yeah, Techno is faster than me, so I think he would have got it anyway.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Humbug. Just quickly go to Fletcher Boy. So, Josh, I've just on the stream just explained that your improvement over the season has been quite spectacular. Do you reckon if you've had maybe not so unlucky races with lag crashes, but also if your performance had spiked maybe a few races earlier, do you reckon you could have seen yourself in the Drivers' Championship hunt?
Yeah, probably. Just to start the season, I didn't score many points, so it was pretty much over before I started getting going. Really.
Does
But,
that disappoint you though, or does that some people could be disappointed at the late pick up in performance, or you could be excited for season 2?
No, I'm just excited for season 2 now. See what I can do in a full season of proper racing.
Exactly, yes. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining us. So that would be Fletcher Boy getting his race win driver of the day as well. Techno Fuller Championship leader still in second position, and third place for Humbug after a great drive. Thank you guys for joining me.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. So as we wait for the drivers to exit the chat part, it's not necessary to do it so quick because I'm on my own. We will end the stream now, so check the page tomorrow. Big news coming out on the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. Look out for that around probably late afternoon. And we've also got the URL versus Speed Force Racing one-off race on Sunday. Join us for about 8 PM GMT for that race. That will be exciting, I guarantee you that. Thank you everyone for tonight, and have a good night. Thank you.